Heyo, how's everybody doing? EonShiKeno back. Game number 2 from IEM Kiev Season 6 semifinals. We've got LiquidZenio, our red Zerg, over here in the bottom left part of Tal'Darim Altar. And his opponent in the top right, the winner of last game, will be SlayerSMMA, the blue Terran player on the top right. And like one of the best Terrans, obviously, in the world. Pretty good player. We saw last game he went for the quick Reaper opening and got so many kills with that Reaper. That Reaper was just racking up the kills, just marking him down. Got all the way up to 6 and got out of there without even losing the Reaper. So I think that was a misplay by Zenio. Now, I wonder if that caused Zenio to go for the build he was going to go for. I wonder if that caused him to do the all-in. Or if he was just planning to do that from the beginning, expecting MMA to go for that fast third, which he did. Or if he was just planning on doing that from the beginning. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell unless you actually ask the players themselves. So I wonder if that was a possibility. If he wouldn't have actually got all those kills with that Reaper, if he would have went for it. Probably. My guess is he probably still would have went for it. I think that was his plan from the get-go. 2 drones. Sure, it sucks a little bit, but I don't think it was that big of a deal to cause him to completely, change his build on the fly. And then after that, he just went for that really big push. And the tank spread, I mean, they couldn't got more spread. He was like one on the very top, like in the third base, the other one in the main, nothing anywhere in the middle. He scouted out in the nick of time. He threw up that engineering bait, threw up that other supply depot, and had his wall up in time. And the siege tank focus fire was just so great from MMA. He focus fired those banelings, and the second time the banelings came in, he focus fired them again. I think Zenio's roach control could have been a little bit better, or just his army control in general. He kind of had his units spread out, and it wasn't very pretty the way it went in there. And I mean, even if you don't play much Starcraft, you can just see it just didn't look right. So hopefully this game will have a little bit better army control, maybe a longer macro game. I mean, they were pretty far distant last game, but, Zenio trying to go for the quick win there. Didn't work out, and maybe this game he'll decide, you know what, I'm going to try and take MMA on a macro game. Let's see how that goes. Maybe he'll go with that type of strategy this game. Zenio seems to be doing the exact same build he did last time. He has his Overlord up here in the front, looking for any bunkers being placed. Check out that SCVs that come on in. He's going to scout out this SCV. SCV gets in there just in time to see that hatchery explode with creep all over the place and quickly making his Zerglings there. Going to make 2 and 2 queens at the exact same time. Reactor Hellion opening coming here from MMA. Can't say I'm surprised. That's about as standard as it gets for TvZ these days. So some Hellions going to be out on the map, running around. 2 more Zerglings coming out. And, yeah, those are the 2 from earlier. But I'm really curious to see how Zenio's going to play this. It's a pretty big map. Might go for a fast third. Who knows? Maybe he's just going to try for that 2-base play again and try and bust MMA again. Going for this Hellion opening is... It depends on how many Hellions he gets. Last game he only got 3, which allowed him to just control the front of the map a little bit, apply a little bit of pressure, maybe sneak and do some scouting like that if the possibility arose. But Zenio did have that once. I was going to say sunken colony up there, but no, spine crawler. He had the one spine crawler up there. And is he going to get an SCV kill? Is he? Oh, he's running as fast. Oh, no, so close. Oh, man, almost got away there. That Hellion wasn't shooting fast enough. That SCV was just screaming, shoot, fire, fire. And didn't work out. So 2 Hellions heading out across the map. SCV quickly being replaced for MMA. And Overlord being moved in position. This one Zergling. Is he going to run the Zergling in now? Ooh, I like this timing. That's quite interesting. And a hidden base down there on the bottom right side of the map from MMA. MMA loves taking those fast thirds so quickly. Hellions up here at the front just doing a little poke, seeing if they can take anything out. And did he kill that Hellion, or that Zergling, or the... Oh, he almost got in there. Quickly, that was so nice there. He lifted that up just in the nick of time. There wouldn't have been much he could scout at this point in the game, but he would have scouted nothing, which may have led him to believe, where's all this money going? But there's that command center being built there, so command center is going to go up down there in the bottom right side of the map. Let's have a look at that. Command center way down here, and this Overlord is not going to see any command centers heading up there anytime soon. Zenio playing, excuse me, a little defensive now with the spine crawler, a couple Zerglings, some queens up front. Man, I remember back in the days whenever like Hellions first started coming around and Zerg players like never covered their entrance that well. Like Now it's pretty standard for like there to be Spine Crawler at least one, some Queens, maybe even Evolution Chamber, or a hatchery. I know Stefano likes to throw down hatcheries as his wall offs at the beginning and the front of his base. And other various Zerg players pull an extra Queen even up there to the front and make a quick third. So a lot of change just in the way Zerg players approach the fast Hellion pressures. Change quite a bit, and then you can easily see the game evolve as it goes on. So we have a couple roaches heading out across the map. This is going to allow Xeno to get map control for a little bit. Going to take these Zelnogger towers, at least the two closest to him. Just because Hellions, I mean, sure you can out micro roaches, but do you really want to? Do you want to sit there and spend like 10,000 clicks to kill a roach? It's not really that worth it. I mean, these players have really high IPM or really high APM. Like what is that? Like 102 over 200, and then like MMA is just a little bit lower now. Now he's above 200. Like look how high your APM has to go when you have to micro these roaches. It's just so annoying. And sure, you kill one roach, but I mean, you could have macroed a little bit better, made sure all your SCVs were built, different things like that, So in some situations, like this is pretty good. He's one roach left. He's gonna take that guy out. There's just so many Hellions now. But uh-oh, MMA needs to rally this orbital command. This guy's not rallied down here. Oh, I like that. Was he actually calling? Huh, that's quite interesting there. I wonder if he was calling mules down on this patch on purpose, just in case Overlord was scouting that out, or maybe over here down in the bottom section just looking for mules, because I like to do that personally myself. Is if I'm playing against a Terran and you're worried about them making like a fast third, you just put some type of scout at their natural and you just keep an eye on. If there's no mules ever being called here, you're just like, well, either he's bad and he's calling them that as a main, or he's got a third and I'm in trouble because I don't know where that is. So just something to keep in mind there. Scout out that, because that's some information you can use to usually determine if your opponent's bad or if they actually have a third and then are actually using their mules in the proper way. So third is going to go up here for Xenio, way behind MMA's base, but the supply is favoring Xenio. Let's check the good old work account. 62 versus 46. So Xenio, while he's behind in the number of bases, he's definitely doing a pretty good job of keeping his income higher than MMA's right now, just from the massive number of drones he's been producing. Spire on the way, two more hatch, actually one more hatch. He's got a macro hatch here in his main, and throwing up a Spire, so he's going to be going for a Muta this game. Xenio did see this base, these units up here is working on those rocks, so maybe he's wondering, all right, what type of attack he's going to go for. He's going to go for some type of two-base pressure play, marine tank, or what's going to go on here, but he still hasn't scouted out this bottom right base, so I'm going to check out his vision here. Yeah, he hasn't seen much. He's just these reactor Hellions that being built, and he's kind of relying on this one Overlord. Hasn't even suicided any Overlords yet, so interesting. We have some Banelings heading out across the map and a lot of drones being transferred. So here we go. Actually, drones were just on their way back because that hatch hadn't finished yet. A lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders, and MMA just kind of, expressing his control of the map, pushing out just a little bit. And Xenio is maybe expecting this force to be a little bit bigger than it is. This force isn't that big, considering the time and considering if he was on two base, he'd have a lot bigger force than this. So I don't know if Xenio is kind of surprised about this, or if this is going to let him know, all right, he must have an extra base considering how small these forces are. And oh my god, he got a nice round there with the Zerglings, but eventually breaking through those Banelings do not get a connect, but nice around there with the Zerglings. And look at this Marauder skating. Oh, that Marauder was skating. Did you guys see it? He was ice skating. I love when the units bug out like that, and you'll see like a roach, just like there's no animation, just kind of skating along there. That's always great. I love seeing that. Anyways, it's like Winter Olympics all over again. Marauders on ice. That should definitely be a custom map, Marauders on ice. Anyways, Zerglings now. I think we're going to take control of this map once again. He does have the lead in supply, just barely though. Nice upgrades coming on. +2/+2. He's got the flyer attack upgrade on the way. MMA just kind of playing it slow here. Another base going up for Xenio down there in the bottom right. He's got this third up over here, even building another macro hatch, and he's got some gas, so he's up running on 6 gas. And nice upgrades coming here. 11 Muta on the way. That's going to work out pretty good for him. As soon as he gets these Muta, he can easily start pressuring the center force here. One's Marine headed over here to the left, but he's not going to get very far. He's going to have to cross all those sticky creep and run into that roach and going to get taken out. But Scan got to go down, try and take out some creep tumors, but these Zerglings are getting there a little bit ahead of time. Banelings just coming out of nowhere. Those Marines are like, what? What was that? That's kind of a weird timing here. I'm surprised he went in before the Mutas. Now they're out, but maybe he just wanted to save those creep tumors and wanted to sacrifice those units for it. Kind of curious about that. 40 more Zerglings on the way. He had enough supply, so I guess that's what he wanted to go for. He needs to make some more Overlords. He's going to get supply blocked right now. MMA on the way back. And still working on... Oh, Zergling wins versus... Oh, my God. There's 2 Banelings here. Oh, my God. He's going to run straight over that. Let's get a zoom on this. Oh, my God. The humanity. Banelings take out everything. And Zenio. Oh, man. He so needed that. All those Marines are like, help us, help us. And then the medevacs are like, screw you guys. They're getting out of here. And Zenio with a just commanding play right there. With those 2 burrowed Banelings just in such a random spot, he was like, all right, MMA's probably going to head over here and try and clear this the Zelnaga tower. Of course, that's exactly what he was going to go for. And supply blocked again. Zenio needs to make some more Overlords. There we go, 5 Overlords out on the way. Command Center morphing into Planetary Fortress. And he's going to try and bust at some Marines. And we even have some Blue Flame. There's a lot of Marines here. I don't know if it's going to be enough Zerglings and Mutas to take this out. It looks like there's just way too many Mutas. He's going to be forced to retreat. And this Planetary looks like it's going to fall. Banelings are heading out. Where are they going to go? Straight into that. Nope, yeah, that's better. Save those guys for the Marines. And he's going to force them to scan. I love that. Force to scan. Run back. And is he actually going to save that Planetary? Oh my God, he's going to save that Planetary, at least for the time being. Roach dies. Explodes all over the place. Some Zerglings over here just denying this possible 5th base. And oh my God, is he going to get another Baneling landmine there? Oh no, run away, run away. Bait him back, bait him back. Oh no! Poor MMA. That's the 2nd time this game Zenio's got right on the mark there with those Baneling landmines. Awesome, awesome Baneling landmines this game. Oh my God. Every time I see something like that happen, I'm just imagining Heart of the Swarm where Baneling landmines can move after they get hive tech. That's just gonna be insane. Missile turret gonna go up. Missile turret not gonna go up. Zenio is just great map control right now. He's got 2/2 Lings running all over the place. He's got the Muta with +1 attack upgrade. Tank in the middle of nowhere. You ain't going anywhere, buddy. You're going back to the factory. Go back to the junkyard. MMA, is he going to try and like siege up this attack, this position over here, work on this base? A lot of spine crawlers over here. This is not going to work out. He does not have vision of that high ground. So these spine crawlers aren't going to be able to hit anything. Same time we have the attack. Oh, no, actually he's going to head his way. He's going to head back down to the bottom. So here come the Overlords now. They're going to have vision. Spine crawlers will do a little bit of poking with their Impaler tentacle. Oh no, Overlord's getting a little too close and just getting murdered by those Marines. And this base is going to fall. So this is going to help MMA just a little bit, but I think he's going to give up vision of this expansion down here in the bottom right. There's a big force here from Zenio setting up at the top. He's going to come in here and just crush this. Now he's plenty close. Now he sees that base. He's like, oh look, free base. Let me take care of this first. So he's going to lift up that orbital, and Zenio's going to take that base first. Going to force them to lift up, and now he's just going to go for it. He's got so many Zerglings, so many Marine. Actually, not many Marines. Fungal, nice fungals over everything. He painted that army green, not blue, and now he's just going to let the Zerglings clean up the rest of that stuff. He's got some Infestors. He's got some Muta. Still a couple Muta left. I'm surprised how many he's actually lost so far this game. Thor is out, heading out across the map. MMA is probably a little worried at this point. I don't know if he's just going to go for, or actually what he's planning on doing with this attack. If he just wants to hit this base again, make sure it does not get up, or even just save this command center. This command center needs to get killed. Where are the Muta at? There they are. They need to get up here and kill this orbital command. Zenio in a nice spot to represent these forces over here in the bottom left, or actually the left side Marine drop. Burrow, nice burrow, but no scan. At least forcing him to do his scan there. He's going to lose all these drones anyway, unfortunately. And he's going to have to get there. Maybe he can just get out of there and re-drone attack. And here, Zergling's going to go, and that's going to be picked up pretty quick. But Marines, Thor's here in the middle, setting up a position. Is this base going to die? This orbital command has not died yet. Those Muta. Just letting that orbital command fly away. I don't know where this guy's going. He's like, I'm just going to fly, hang out next to the Marines. Zenio. Let's check the supply, 174 versus 160. Zenio's so close to getting 3-3. I wonder if he's just waiting for that 3-3 to finish before he is going to try and engage again. Some tanks, some more reinforcements here from MA, just setting out the back part of the map. Back there at his main, outside his expansion. This drop ship, got a couple kills there with those Marine drops. Worked out pretty good. That poor Marine didn't have a chance. And we're going to have a big engagement here. Nice fungal at the front. Second fungal going to go down. Not enough to kill. I think he only killed one Marine there. SCV, or it's actually drones mining here, long distance mining down here at the bottom part of the map. He's going to have to lift up those spine crawlers. I don't want those guys to lose life. And actually, this orbital survive somehow. I don't know how that orbital survives, but it does. Zenio now maxed out at 200. MMA not far behind with 185. So, I mean, Xeno's kind of running around. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking about doing here. Another drop here at the top. Nope, they get deflected. There's just so much defense up here. A lot of spine crawlers, queens, zerglings, banelings. Good for us. We have a big engagement here in the middle of that. Oh my god, that Thor just so many banelings hits, and he needs to kill that Thor off. Oh my god, the Thor survives. That Thor needed to die there. He wastes so many banelings on it. That's just the worst engagement you can imagine there for Zenio. That just went so horribly bad, and this Thor's like, man, those banelings suck. I mean, pulling down some SCVs is going to repair this. Nice there. I love the repair on the Thor. Bob left the game. Bob was disgusted. Bob was disgusted. Bob Leglob was disgusted by the baneling engagement there. One baneling hand over here. And making another base on the top. He's got a base over here. Can't land it. Zerglings are stifling that command center landing over there. And what is MMA? Both players kind of like repositioning their forces. They're just kind of like all over the place. Not sure. And, each player is actually going to go for an engagement. And this Marine scouting around the map. Another Marine scouting around the map. I love the scouting from MMA in this game. And Zenio, look at this. Just hold down this. Look at his vision. He's got a unit there, burrowed unit there, burrowed unit there. And I like that. I like just the massive scouting for both players. Have as much vision as possible all over the map. So you know exactly what your opponent's doing. The Thor is going to be able to take up this hatchery along with the support of this siege tank that's down here in the bottom part of the map. More command centers being built, more missile turrets being placed. He's just going to kind of put some forces over here. MMA scanning, going to go forward, take out some creep tumors. He's going to take two. Do another scan here for the top, take out that creep tumor. Another base going to go over here for Zenio and have some couple Zerglings and Banelings. Now we're going to see MMA going for a push of this left side base, but it's really fortified actually with how many Zerglings and how many Zerglings and spine crawlers he has up. A couple queens. Hiding in the bush here, Marines dealing some damage. Zenio going to come in from behind. He's got those Broodlords leading the charge. Going to go up there in the front, force those siege tanks to unsiege and back off. There's still a huge force here from MMA. He's just going to continue the pressure. Going to take out this entire base here. This thing is going to drop, no problem, and all this stuff is going to get cleaned up. But the Banelings go straight in. Going to go straight for the Marines. And yeah, he needs to worry about those Marines. Take those guys out too. And those tanks, they're going to go for those tanks. Those Banelings took out those Marines. Then the tanks were left over. But this force took out this base. So sure, he lost half of his army, but he took out, he took out that big chunk of Zenio's income. Look at supplies now. Supplies are now favoring MMA somehow. There's just so much stuff going on in this game. Marines are 3-3, so they have nice upgrade. Oh, wow. Good fungal there, and a Baneling actually connecting there. These Corruptors just kind of hanging out front. Nothing for them to do. And we have a drop in the main now. Some just Zerglings being dropped up here. Zenio just dropping a lot of Zerglings in the main. This is going to slow down his production unless he can kind of regain some forces here. He's got some Marines, so he should be able to clean up a little bit of these Zerglings that are left. And he's going to try and work on killing those engineering bases. But that's not really going to matter because these Marines are already 3-3. Zenio. Vikings just going to work on those. And he goes for the burrow there. I wonder if MMA even saw that. We have another Vikings being landed here at the expansion. They're going to be able to take out this. Marines going to get cleaned up here from Zenio. There's a couple of forces. Corruptor's going to show up. Fungal is going to be able to work on those. Oh no, he needs to pull that guy back. Infestor! Loses the Infestor. Broodlord's going to show up. And now those Corruptors are going to need to come back. Those Vikings are like, alright, we had enough of this. Did a little bit of damage. Not going to take it out. So Zergling's still burrowed here in the back. He can pop those guys up anytime he wants. This base over here. Got a base down here. He's got a base over here. Hasn't decided to turn that into anything yet. He's got so many, just making command centers left and right. MMA's got money to spend. It's burning a hole in his pocket. Now unburrowing these Zerglings going to start going back to work on these supply depots, taking out 2 supply depots there, and just going to clean up a couple more Marines. Should be able to get the rest of these guys. One random tank just hanging out down here. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's on strike. Now we're going to have a burrow again. That's going to force MMA to do another scan. He has so many orbitals that he could just scan that anyway. But here we have another engagement. Broodlords, Corruptors versus Marines and Ghost. Oh my god, there was one Ghost in there. There's just so many Marines and Vikings. This army from Zenio is going to get mopped up. Oh my god, those Broodlords just have no ground support. And they're just being taken out. There's so many Corruptors that aren't really doing much right now. And oh no, just losing so many units. These Marines, he really needs some Zerglings. He needs some Banelings in there to clean up those Marines. And supply is heavily favoring MMA now. MMA just doing such a good job this game of getting back into it. After Zenio got that little bit of a supply lead there after those good engagements and those huge Baneling hits we had early game. Now we have some Zerglings showing up, and the Corruptor's going to take out those Medevacs. Infestor's going to show up, but not before he loses quite a few units. Zenio is going to lose. Is he going to lose his base? He's going to lose his hatchery? Yes, he does lose that base. So unfortunately, Zenio's down to like, what, 1? This mining base, 1, 2, and 3 down here. This one is all mined out. So 3 mining bases versus 1, 2, 3, 4, soon to be 5. So MMA with definitely a lot larger lead here as far as possible income goes. Infestors up here at the front. Fungal's going to go down, take out those Vikings. Continue with the push. These Infestors just need to get out of those tanks, and you know, he just lost so many units there. Oh no, Baneling's going to go. Oh, and the GG from Zenio. Oh man, this game was like the early game was like all Zenio doing real good, I mean, but then like the Baneling hits were just so awesome. Took out huge groups of Marines. That gave him a really big advantage. He had map control. He was just like rocking, and then like as the game went on, the Baneling just got worse and worse. I wonder how many Banelings he actually sacrificed on that Thor. That was crazy. And then right again there with the Banelings on the on the siege tank. But MMA just played so well. Just got so many bases, macroed so well. Nice army control, just kept taking out bases, kept doing drops, threw in a couple Thors to deal with the Muta, and we saw Zenio transfer out of those Muta into the Infestor, Corruptor, Broodlord combo with some Zerglings, which had some nice upgrades. Both players had some pretty good upgrades this game, but I mean, just didn't work out for Zenio.
MMA is up 2-0 versus Zenio. Will Zenio come back? Check out game number 3 coming up next.